welcome back to my channel. It is your girl King Dini, back with another video. Ningang shy. I know. I have a tendency of abandoning you guys and disappearing for months on end and then rocking up with some sort of a life update. And that's what this video is. What's been going on, where have I been, and what we're looking forward to. So judging by the title of this video, you guys would already know. Sorry, this is my emotional support animal. We've gone through a lot together. So judging by the title, you already know that this is a life update. Moved back home, unemployed, and single. Where do we even start, girlies? So for those of you that don't know, I was in a 5-year relationship, and for the past 3 years, well, two and a half years, I think, I lived with my then partner. And just to cut the long story short, everything was wonderful. You know, I regret nothing from that relationship. I wish him all the best. It's just life happens, and I just didn't like the version of myself that I was becoming due to things that were happening, external factors that were then making me feel a certain way and taking me back to a place that I had worked so hard to get out of. And I was becoming the version of Jadine that's not very pleasant to being around. So then I had to make the call for myself, and put myself first and say, okay, we need to relook at things. What do I want? Where do I want to go in my life? And is this something that's going to, how do I put this? Is this something that's going to benefit me? Not necessarily the relationship itself, but is this something I'm willing to put up with? Is this something I'm willing to tolerate? And yes, maybe there are ways that I could have handled things differently. And that's what this period for me has been since moving back home. I've had a lot of time to reflect on myself in that relationship, outside that relationship, and how being in a relationship then affected how I handled people around me, my friendships, my relationship with my family, and all sorts of things like that. So essentially, that relationship has come to an end. I do wish him nothing but the best. And where I'm at now, I'm at a point where we're rediscovering who Jadine is. We're 25. We're 25 years old. We're not the same person that started this YouTube channel 10 years ago. We're not Jadine 5 years ago. We're not even the same version of Jadine from a year ago. And I'm really at the point where I'm just rediscovering who I am. What do I like? How do I handle things? How do I handle life? Because this year hasn't been particularly kind to me, but I've seen a lot of growth within myself in how I've handled the things that didn't particularly go the way I would have hoped or the way I planned in my head, because it was God's plan. So on the other point of unemployment, I've been unemployed most of this year. I've worked properly for 2 months out of 12 months, 10 months sitting. And last year when I went through something similar, because I work in the film industry, so I'm a freelancer and work is never guaranteed, you know, but the industry's been very, very quiet and just getting work. We're not gonna go into other dynamics, we'll go into that another day. But the industry's been very quiet, and a lot of people in the industry haven't worked. It's not just me, it's not a unique experience. Last year, it really did affect my mental health and how I affected, or rather, how I handled myself last year was completely different to how I handled it this year. Because last year, when I was starting to experience the dry spells in work, it really knocked me down mentally. Then I became very self-destructive. People in my life will know that Jadine last year was just chaotic. She was a complete crash out. And the version of myself that I've become this year is completely different, because I've been very self-aware. I'm working on being emotionally intelligent and being able to call myself out for bad behavior. So how I handled unemployment this year to how I handled it last year, self-growth, absolutely. I've seen the difference within myself, and I hope that I can share my journey with you guys as we rebuild our relationship, because I am going to try my absolute best to hold myself accountable and come back to YouTube, because YouTube is fun for me and it's always been a space where I can come and be my most authentic self without having to put up a front or be a version of myself that doesn't exist. My YouTube family has been so consistent with me, from everybody that's been subscribed to me since 2015 when I was still making story times about being ghosted, to where we are now, you know. So essentially, I have been unemployed 10 months out of this year, and I use that time of sitting as reflection time, realizing that it's not a punishment, because not everything that doesn't go your way is a punishment. Sometimes God just wants you to sit down and listen and hear him and see what he's doing for you, and that when things are moving and people are being removed from your life and things aren't happening, it's for a reason, and he's preparing you. And that's what I've then discovered during this period, is that I've been prepared, and I'm being prepared for the version of myself that I've always prayed for. And I don't know what she's gonna look like, but I know she's gonna be amazing, you know what I mean? And you can't grow without releasing certain things, and you can't move forward if you're still holding on to things from the past, you know. So in unemployment, I really haven't taken it as, oh Nkosi, I'm down bad. I'm grateful for the support that I have in my family. My mom has been exceptional. It's just by having me move home, you know, living with a partner. I wouldn't say, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do with their lives, because that's a personal choice. And yes, people will say don't move in with your partner before marriage, but I feel like there's so much that I learned from that, because had I discovered certain characteristics about myself or that person post marriage, you're locked in. Now you must make a hell, and you must work through it, and you must fight through it, you know. And maybe you don't realize, even as a person, that you're not ready for certain things, and you feel like you are. And then when you experience something, only when you're in it, you're like, hey, Bandla, maybe I was 2 steps too far ahead. Let me bring myself back. Let's recenter, let's focus, let's restart. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I have in my life now at 25 to start again, because essentially I'm starting over. And I don't want to say with nothing, because I have the knowledge that I have from all the experiences that I've gone through, and I have the support of my family, and I have amazing friends in my life. Everyone that's come through to essentially help me heal has been absolutely exceptional. I haven't gone through a period in these past 2 months, almost 3 now, since I've moved home. I haven't gone through a period where I sat and I was feeling sorry for myself, because I was surrounded by so much love that I realized that I need to pour back into myself, because maybe I relied on someone else for so long to be my emotional support and to be my happiness, without realizing that, okay, now I'm attaching my joy and happiness to somebody else, whereas I should be whole on my own. You know what I mean? So I'm in a good place, lovers. I'm in an exceptionally amazing place, and I hope that because we're back now, you know, we have fun and just discover what life is as a 25-year-old girl. I'm 25, you know what I mean? I'm single, not ready to mingle, babe, but I'm ready to discover who Jadine is at this stage of her life. What does this chapter mean? Like, we're starting afresh. How exciting, because I could look at it from the perspective of, oh, Nkosiam, things aren't going my way. Oh my God, I'm so miserable. I have nothing. I'm 25. I'm unemployed. I'm single. I'm, and I could focus on all the negative. Whereas I've been granted this opportunity to wipe the slate clean and start over. What do we want? Which version of me do I want to become? Because there's so many things I want for myself, and I want to share that with you guys. And I hope that we can be consistent this time around. I'm not making any promises. However, I hope that we figure life out together. Like, what is life as a 25-year-old girl? We're growing up. What do we want? You know, what does the world have to offer me? And that's really where I'm at now. So that's basically my life update and summary. You know, don't give up. Like, it's gonna be okay. If things aren't going your way, kuzolunga, guys. Like, it might not feel like that day or even tomorrow, but the fact that you wake up every day is a chance to start over. Every day is a chance to do better than the last. And even if you have nothing to do, you know what I mean, just waking up and bathing and making your bed is an achievement. Well, to me, you know, and I'm not going to put pressure on myself to figure out where I want to be, how I want to shift my life, is the career I'm in what I want to do. I don't want to put all that pressure on myself because I know I'm going to figure it out. And because I'm allowing God to speak to me at this point, I know that everything is going to fall into place the way it's meant to. And where I'm at, I'm appreciative. Is that English? I appreciate where I'm at in my life because I know that when I am then aligned with where I'm going and I get there, I'm going to look back and say, I needed that time to rest. And I haven't rested in years. When I started working at 19, I was working non-stop, back to back. And sometimes God will then remove you from that because you need to sit down, just calm down, reset, reevaluate. Okay, how do we then continue? So I'm very excited for where we're going, guys. I hope you can be patient with me in coming back. I know that I'm not the most loyal, but I promise that I'm going to try my best, and that's all I can do. I love you so very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you.